Hello again and welcome back to Scott Reviews Things. Lunchtime. Just had a very nice tuna salad. Homemade tuna salad made for me by my ever-loving wife, the lovely Wanda. And I was flicking through news and sort of thinking, could have made a video about my salad, couldn't I? But something interested me, so I caught just flicking through stuff. And obviously, primarily over the last, coming up for 6 years, this channel has been a beer reviewing, got any credentials, beer reviewing channel, beer channel, just a channel that speaks and likes beer. We do other things these days, food and vlogging and all sorts, but still probably 75% of the content on Scott Reviews Things was Scott and Wanda's World, was Beer Wonder, was Wanda Beer Wonder, is largely beer related. It's one of my passions as well as other things in life. And I was driving to work, heard a news story. I thought that's quite interesting, and it surrounds a age-old tradition of the UK, the Great British Pub, and the fact that for the first time ever, the amount of pubs in the UK has fell below 39,000. So I'm going to read the article that there's a couple of articles, but this seems to be the most in-depth article. And then we'll have a chat about, do you still go to the pub? If you do, why do you? If you don't, why don't you? And generally, the role of the pub in modern society. I thought that'd be quite an interesting little subject. So this is taken from The Guardian, for what it's worth. And it says, number of pubs in England and Wales falls below 39,000 for the first time. More than 400 pubs in England and Wales shut their doors for good this year. 2025 now, but obviously this is for the past calendar year of 2024. Against a backdrop of rising costs, cautious spending among consumers. The number of pubs has fallen below 39,000 for the first time, as 412 were demolished or converted for other uses in the year. That would be a Tesco or a co-op or one of that lot. Year to December, according to analysis of government figures by the property data company Altus Group. Most of the closures happened in the first half of the year, which is interesting. So it seems that the first half was really tough, and I guess it's going to be the same in 2025. And then things have evened themselves out a little bit towards the end of the year. The overall number of pubs in England and Wales, including those vacant and being offered to let, fell to 38,989 as closures accelerated. Some of them were converted to homes, offices and day nurseries. More than 34 pubs shut every month on average. That's a hell of a figure when you think about it. The sharpest fall in numbers since 2021, when the hospitality sector was hit hard by COVID-19 lockdowns and I'll get this video demonetised. And soaring energy prices after Russia's invasion of the Ukraine. That goes the video completely. It's all gone. I've moved my tripod now, and that's going to fuck it. You stay there. Since the start of 2020, more than 2,000 pubs have closed under pressure from rising costs, while consumers struggling with their higher rents and mortgage payments have been spending less. Obviously, people have got less money in their pocket, so where you've got less money, you're going to prioritise other things. Pub operators and other companies face a further increase in costs from April, when a number of policies from the autumn budget come into force. Didn't they? There was something like 100% business. It goes into it here. Alex Probyn of Altus Group said many publicans that I speak to are extremely worried that this could be their last Christmas, given the combination of hiking of hiking the amount the employers will have to pay in national insurances, increases to the minimum wage, and the business rates discount being slashed from 75% to 40%. Did they get 100% discount in the pandemic? And now that's been slashed to 40. Many pubs will still simply no longer be viable, making plots even more attractive for alternative investment. Emma McClarkin, the chief executive of the British Beer and Pub Association, the BBPA, said brewers and pubs pour billions into the economy and support more than 1 million jobs, so we know that closures can have a disastrous impact for both the nation's coffers and the job market. She called on the government to swiftly deliver permanent and meaningful business rate reforms. In response to the pandemic, hospitality businesses were given 100% business rates relief by the government between 2020 and 2022. This has been cut to 75% and will be removed from April. The BBPA estimates pubs will face an additional £71 million bill from April after changes to employer national insurance contributions. Atlas Group said the reduction in the levels of the business rates discount will cost pubs an extra 215 million during 2025-2026. So pubs are struggling. They're struggling because of the business rates. All businesses are going to struggle because of the raise in national insurance, the raising of the national living wage, etc, etc, etc. My question about pubs is, obviously we've lost a lot. Portsmouth had, I think there was over 200 at one point, certainly over 150. I don't know what that number is now. Might be worth Googling. So we've lost a hell of a lot of pubs in Portsmouth over the years. I'm going to be completely honest. Portsmouth. How many pubs are in Portsmouth? How many pubs in Portsmouth? How many pubs are there in Portsmouth? Today there are less than 160 pubs in Portsmouth, and only 8 in Old Portsmouth. Which UK town has the most pubs? It's Manchester with 2,109. That's probably come down a bit as well. But so pubs are struggling. What place and part does the pub still play in modern society? I'm going to be completely honest, because I think that's fair. We don't use a local pub anymore. We go to local tap rooms, brewery tap rooms. We go to those sort of places, really. So I'm probably one of the people that's responsible for the failure, if you like, of the local pub. Obviously, the pub used to be the heart of the community, but probably largely destroyed, or in part destroyed, by Wetherspoons and their aggressive costing of beer, which probably hasn't helped in the great scheme of things. Breweries haven't helped the local pub either, with their charges and their costing and their rent fees, etc, etc, etc. But what part does a pub still have a part to play in the local community? Obviously, it's a place where you used to go before a football game. It's a place where you go after work to have a chat with your mates. It's a place to go just for a socialising thing. But does that still exist in the modern society? Obviously, Wetherspoons are always packed, even now. I don't know how prices compare. Obviously, Wetherspoons used to undercut the main brewery-owned pubs and free houses and sort of those things by a lot. So they would pull in trade away from the pub backstreet pubs. You used to, like, I mean, we used to, in Portsmouth, you couldn't walk down the road without a pub being there. At one point, they seem to have all gone. Do you still go to the pubs? Say, we go to generally the Brewers Tap in Milton, because that's where we like going. We've got friends there, so it's still part of our social part of our lives. We go there, we see Pete Owl, we see Mark, we see Barry the Bastard, the girls behind the bar. You get to know people in there. Mankey, the guy that does the artwork. You get to know all sorts of people. So for me, I still put money into the local community that way. It's just not necessarily in a local pub fashion. It's in a local tap room fashion. But I'm just wondering your thoughts on the losing of Backstreet Pub, and do you still go there, and what capacity do you still go there? Do you go there for the beer? Do you go there for the community side of it? Obviously the fact that it's dropped below this level seems significant, because it's dropped below it for the first time, and I'm assuming that's only going to keep getting lower as the years go by. But I think obviously people don't have that much money in their pockets anymore. The price of beer's gone up with the taxation on alcohol, so beer, it always makes me laugh. The government don't want you to drink. Of course they want you to fucking drink. They need the duty on it. If you genuinely think they don't want you drinking, without alcohol, cigarettes and petrol, this company would collapse with the amount of the amount of duty and taxes that it raises. It's a fucking joke when you think about it. But and then they wanted to stop people smoking. I mean, I don't smoke, but they wanted to stop people smoking completely in the pubs. As if they're under enough strain enough as it is. It's an absolute joke when you sit back and look at it. But I'm genuinely interested if you still think that the pub has a part in the local community. Do you have a local? Do you go to your local? Do you support your local? If you don't, why don't you support? Do you go somewhere else? Do you drink at home because it's cheaper? And I think that's where a lot of people probably are these days. You can sit at home and have a couple of beers, and it's not as much as if you go out. But losing, was it 34, 43 pubs a month? It's a worrying trend. This is from someone that doesn't go to the pub. He goes to tap rooms, so he's sitting here as a massive hypocrite. But at least I do support local business. It's interesting. I think it's really interesting. Obviously, with the world we live in, it's probably only going to get worse. So, yeah, I'm interested in your thoughts. Do you go to the pub? If you don't go to the pub, why don't you go to the pub? Have you lost your local pub? Do you go to Wetherspoons? Do you like Wetherspoons? Why do you like Spoons? If you don't like Spoons, apart from you've got to walk a mile to the toilet, tell me why you don't like Spoons. Green King, your thoughts on Green King and Heineken and all of these breweries that have a massive stranglehold over the brewery trade, the pub trade in the UK. Really interested in your thoughts. So leave a comment down below. Really interested. If you like the video, get a thumbs up, thumbs down. This is a subscribe button. That's free. I don't speak about subscriptions really, but it does help the channel. There's a lot of people that watch it don't subscribe. It just helps the channel out. Turn the bell on, that'll let you know when there's a new video out. Interested in your thoughts on this one. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. See you soon.